Nick J. Francis channel, well, go on. You already know what it is, man. Snacking, bro. It's dinner time. Allow me, bro. Allow me. Newcastle versus Arsenal. We've been on a good run of form. We've been on a good run of form lately, but it's pain. Do you know what I'm saying? This Arsenal game is pain, bro. This Newcastle game, this is the one. This is the one that damaged us. When we were on a good run of form, slapped up City, feeling confident. You know, we were doing our thing. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. We had two back-to-back losses, and that is just that almost hampered the confidence of the whole squad. That almost hampered the whole project. You know what I'm saying? It was that dead Man United loss, but that was on penalties, and Man United is shit. We were all over them. But this game at the Emirates, 2-0 against them. And of all players to come and score, Alexander Isak, the player we hoped we could maybe look at in the summer. Some small talk of getting him in January, which is never going to happen. Never, ever going to happen. He bagged 2 goals against us, the same goals, just sitting deep, going long. And the thing with Newcastle, yeah, my prediction for today is that we actually win 1-0. But it's not going to be enough to go through. We need to turn these men over at home, yeah? And Newcastle don't really lose at home. Like, if I go and look at their results, and if they do lose at home, they ain't losing by 3-0. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't really lose at home, bro. Like, their last, if I'm looking at their recent home games, they lost 2-1 to Fulham at home. That's their most recent game. They lost 4-1 to Bournemouth at home. That was a shock, but they beat Wolves 3-0 at home. They beat Bromley 3-1 as expected. They beat Villa 3-0 at home. They beat Brentford 3-1 at home. They beat Leicester 4-0 at home. Drew with Liverpool 3-3 at home. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really lose that badly at home. The odds of us going there and beating them 3-0 is very, very slim. I can see us winning 1-0 and still not actually winning the game. That's the kind of foolishness I could see happening today. Do you know what I'm saying? And the way they set up, we already know what they're going to do. They're going to try to soak up the pressure and try and hit us long with Isak. Do you know what I'm saying? And they're a good team. I'm not going to say they're a one-man team. Isak obviously just takes them to the next level. Do you know what I'm saying? But the Bravka goal, 5 at the back, these bro, man, talk about long ball merchants with Arteta, but then they praise Newcastle. But we already know what it is. Trippier, Cher, Botman, Dan Burn, and Lewis Hall. And I want to give a shout out to Lewis Hall as well, because for me, he's been one of the standout players of this whole season. Lewis Hall's been brilliant. He's only 20 years old, young player, 3 assists this season, but he's just been solid up and down the pitch. I think he deserves a little shout out. So shout out Lewis Hall, solid midfield. Tonali, Guimarães in the midfield, Jacob Murphy out wide, Anthony Gordon out wide, and then Alexander Isak up top. It's a peak situation for us right now, bro. It is a peak situation for us. We're going to go with the same. Is this the same? It is the same starting 11 we went for against Manchester City, and that makes sense because this period of the season is about confidence now. This period of the season, to be fair, is normally where we fall away. January, February, we're awful. January, February, March, we're normally awful, and then we start to pick up pace towards the end, and it's too little, too late. Do you know what I'm saying? Like JoJo, but this year seems to be a little bit different. And this year we've done okay. We're 6 points behind Liverpool. They have a game in hand, but it's only 6 points. If they lose their league game, I think they play in the league tomorrow, or they play. When do they play? They've got their derby coming up, and they play Tottenham. So there's a lot of games they're playing. They're playing Tottenham tomorrow in the EFL Cup. Then they're playing on Sunday, and then they're playing again on Wednesday. So it's a lot of games. But on Sunday they should be able to rest players. They're only playing Plymouth, and they're Tottenham are beating them 1-0, and they're going to play at Anfield. So similar situation to what we've got with Newcastle. And slightly, Liverpool winning might be better for us because we don't care if Liverpool win a trophy. As long as they don't win a trophy, we're going to win. Do you know what I'm saying? So if we go out and Liverpool stay in, it's not the end of the world for us. But yeah, Liverpool, bro. Anyway, starting 11, same as it was against Manchester City. David Raya, Timber, Lewis Skelly, fullbacks, Gabriel Saliba, Tierney, Thomas Partey, Ødegaard, Rice in the midfield, Kai Havertz, Martinelli, Trossard. And Rice is another big game from Rice and Partey and Ødegaard, to be fair, because the way these men set up, if we're going to score, yeah, we're going to have to score from distance. Like, realistically, we might have to score from outside the box, and we're going to have to challenge the goalkeeper. Dubravka's a decent keeper, but he's not amazing. So I'm saying, like, we can do a job against Dubravka if we challenge him. It's just getting through that defensive line. Even the midfield, I think we can do a job against their midfield, but that defensive line is a problem for us. So that's what it is. Like I say, I can imagine us winning in 90 minutes, but not going through because we're not going to score 3 against these men at home. I can't see it. I can't see us scoring three at that. You know, we beat Man City 5-1. I understand that. But Man City were coming out and playing. Newcastle, if they don't want to concede goals, they won't concede goals. When they don't want to concede, they don't have to concede. These men will not play. Today, they just won't play football. Done. If they come out and start playing football, I'll be surprised. They'll just not play. And if Newcastle don't want to concede goals, they won't concede, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they got 5 at the back and then Tonali and 2 DMs. Tonali, I know Guimarães more box to box, but 2 DMs. They've got 7 defensive players on the pitch. 7 defensive players. If that was Arteta, bro, he'd be getting called all types of names. But the difference between them and us is that they have a world-class striker. Like, they have a world-class game-changing striker. So they can just sit deep and go long. We can sit deep and go long easy. We can do that easy. But when we go long, yeah, we're going long to Jesus on a good day and Havertz on an okay day. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's not they got Salah and Son up on the screen. That's not going long to Salah. That's not going long to a proper baller. Like, do you know what I'm saying? That's just going long. Havertz, it's all a gamble. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. My prediction is that we win 1-0 anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I do predict us to win, but it's whether or not we can get through the tie. I personally don't think we can get through this tie. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my personal opinion. I don't know that we qualify and go through to the next round. Not the end of the world. Is it the end of the world? I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know how seriously Arsenal fans take this trophy. Not to disrespect the trophy. You know, all trophies are trophies. Do you know what I'm saying? But we're so close to Liverpool. I think that the energy and the focus be on the Prem. But listen, Arteta, he'll go strong. He'll try and win this game. He'll try and think of a master plan to win this game. He wants to be in every trophy. He wants to be competing for or winning every trophy that's out there. And he's been poor in cup competition. I have to say, this is probably his best. I was going to say this is his best season, but we got knocked out of the FA Cup by Man United. But this still might be his best season for cup competition, to be fair. Do you know what I'm saying? We're through to the knockout stages of the Champions League. We're going to keep an eye on that and see who we draw. We're still in the Premier League, and then we've got this game. You know, so I guess for Arteta and for Arsenal fans, this game isn't important because all that gets attacked, no matter how much transition he's done in the club, no matter all the positives that he's done, the reality is he's not won enough trophies. So this trophy here might not be the trophy to solidify a legacy, but the trophy is important for him to keep his job. Do you know what I'm saying? For him to have, he needs to go into the summer with a plan, and he needs to go into the summer knowing that he's the guy. And the best way for him to do that is to win a trophy this season, any type of trophy. Wagwan. My brother, big up, man. Regular viewer, you already know what it is, man. What are you saying tonight? Because I know you're an Arsenal fan. I'm saying we can't qualify, bro. Like, big man thing. I can see us winning the game as well. That's the worst thing. I can really see us winning this game. But can we break down a back 7? I don't know. Corners are not going to help us in this game since Saka's gone. The corner goals have dried up a little bit. Declan Rice's goals, potentially. Man said, y'all still believe in this manager. Bro, do you believe in your manager? Do you believe in your manager, bro? Big man thing. Genuine question, bro. Man's eating, bro. Man's real English today. Man's got pie and chips, bro. Man, come to England, this what you eat. Pie and chips. Straight out of the air fryer. I believe in our manager. I do. I'm not going to lie. Bear drama's been coming out. I don't know if you man have been seeing. Bear stuff coming out about the fallout between Arteta and Edu, and how a lot of the signings are Edu's, and Arteta's been trying to push for the big name signings, and Edu was standing in his way. So there's the thought in the club is that now Edu's out of his way, come the summer, man can roll through and get some big signings. But who knows? On the left back, big man thing, who knows? Seriously. Ranks is on the edge of Amarin out, but I told you, it's not Ruben Amarin. It's Ruben Amaral, bro. Ruben Amaral, bro. Man said Mateta, bro. Mateta. Jean-Philippe. Slapped you, man. Come on, man. Ahmad, talk to me. Ahmad, do you see the 5-1 against City? Come on, give my guys their props, bro. Give my guys their respect. 5-1 against Man City, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Lahome is saying the same thing as me. Lahome, where you from? Are you French or are you like African French? Where you from? Do you know what I'm saying? What standard have you got? Your standard's from 20 years ago, bro. We ain't won a trophy in 20. We haven't won a Premier League in 20, but you might have not won a Premier League in like 10 to 15 years now. Do you know what I'm saying? So, man said you won against a dead team. Come on, bro. Have you not played Man City twice? I guarantee Man City slap you. I guarantee you if you play Man City again this season, they're slapping you. I'll put money on it. I'll bet you 10 English pounds. I'll send the money to your account, 100%. Do you man play City again? I'll check here, but I'm just eating. The team's just doing their handshake. And also, I'm bantering, but thank you, man, for being here as well, man. You man are the guys. You know what it is already. Belgium, but my uni's in. Oh, shout out, man. Shout out, but I've been Belgium before. Man's obviously, you know already. Man's a born and bred Londoner. You know how that goes. Hope the studying's going well in that. But Belgium, yeah, Belgium's local, man. Belgium's not too far. I work with a few Belgian people as well. Cool people. White Belgians though, so you know what I'm saying, might be different. But yeah, man, we want our respect. We want our respect for real. Sky Sports is showing their team setup like it's going to be a 4-3-3 when we know it's not, bro. It's not, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's at best it's a 5-2-3, and realistically, it's probably like a 5-3-1 or a 5-4-1. Sorry. Does anyone disagree? Yeah, that if Arsenal were to get Isak, I don't think we're going to get him. But does anyone really disagree that if we got Isak, we win the league? Talk to me. If we get Alexander Isak, he stays injury free for a season, we win the league. Talk to me about that. And I want to know, because I didn't go live for the City game. I was supposed to be on AFTV, and I'm not going to lie, I overslept. I was fell asleep. But the disrespect that Miles Lewis Skelly's getting in the media, I don't know if you, man, Ahmad, I know you're not from England, but if you see the British media, the disrespect he's getting is crazy, right? Talk to me. Newcastle look serious, though. It's that telling them just to keep their heads, keep their mentality. Kai Havertz, 8 goals in his last 16 appearances. Come on, man. In any circumstances, if Arteta don't win anything this season, he's a disgrace to football. Come on, Ahmad, man. You're childish. You're trolling, bro. You're trolling. Come on, man. He don't want a striker. He does. He does want a striker. Guarantee you he does. He's the best English. Who's the best English left back at the moment? Lewis Hall. He must be delayed, Ricky. I was speaking about Lewis Hall ages ago. Shout out to Ricky for going back and watching the stream from the beginning, blood. Oh, sorry, you're talking about Miles Lewis Skelly. My bad. I'm bugging. The best left back. There's not a lot of competition, to be fair. All he's got to do is stay fit, and then yeah, he is. Declan Rice is taking kick off. That means they're probably going straight back to Raya. I think we're going to see them. We need goals from midfield. We need goals from midfield, man. Nathan's here for a hate along. At Newcastle, don't mess this up. Anthony Gordon already trying to be aggressive. Straight away from kickoff. How's that not a yellow card? Why is that not a yellow card? The worst thing about that is it's cynical as well. Like it's the first minute of the game. Like Havertz ain't going nowhere. I'm predicting a 1-0. I'm always feeling confident. Bro, I said we were going to beat City. I said it. I didn't think we were going to be at 5-1. I said we're beating them 2-1. I said it, Ricky, all week. We're going to win the game. This game, I think we win 1-0. I just don't think we do enough to qualify. Rice with a little flicked free kick in. Like going for a corner. I think it does. Arsenal's first corner. And like I say, we ain't been smashing corners in like that since Saka's been injured. But Rice is a competent corner taker. The Saka side is where it is, and that one is not the best. We've scored 12 in this. We scored 12 goals from corners, and Newcastle only conceded one. I told you, these man, they're built for this. Remember the last game? We just sat there and tried to fucking put crosses into the box, bro. We've gone short. Martinelli. Martinelli, that's a book pass, bruv. And now they're going to come on a counter. Don't foul. No foul. No foul. No foul. Good strength for Martinelli. Oh, and Jacob. Is that Jacob Murphy? He's bought that foul. Ref's going to give Martinelli a talking to. I don't think he's going to card him. Fair play. If he's not going to card Gordon, he's not going to card Martinelli as well. He's telling them both. It's early in the game. Consistent refereeing so far. Yeah, Jacob Murphy was looking to go down, though. Of course he was. No Arsenal fan has compared Lewis Skelly and Wanyeri to Messi and Ronaldo. not like you're being silly. Ahmad, you always being silly, bro. You just come on the stream and just be silly. Like, what are you talking about? No one's done that. Ricky, talk to these man. Nathan, we didn't beat Man City, bro. We didn't beat them. We slapped them, bro. We slapped Man City. And not only did we slap them and slap them bad, but like Gabriel said, like, when you come to the Emirates, do you know how long it's been, yeah, since you've had a player that can go in the media and talk shit and back it up? Away from trophies and that, the trophies will come, but just on a one-off game basis to go and sit in the media and say, yeah, come to our ground and see what happens, and then slap them up. Come on, man. United ain't got that in them. United ain't got that in them, man. If any of you, man, come to London, you got to go visit Arsenal. Is Isak in? Is that not offside? Is that not offside? Fucking hell. We're done. A man said he saw Twitter post it. Come on, bro. That's Twitter. We're already 3 down. 1 goal already. We're done. Back to bigger fish to fry. We're done. It's the same game plan. Soak up the pressure. Go long to Isak. That's it. These men are long ball. Man talk about Arsenal playing like Stoke. These men play like Stoke. Is he offside? I think he's dropped back onside. Maybe I think he's on. Yeah, he looks. It's tight between him and Gabriel. He looks onside to me. The difference is when we go long. I said at the beginning of the game. When we go long, yeah. Are you drunk? We beat them this season and we beat them in the final. Come off it. What was the scoreline when you beat them though? What was the scoreline is what I'm asking you. You man straight past them 2-1, bro. You man straight past them. With an 88th minute penalty and a 90th minute Amad Diallo, you man straight past them. I said, you man didn't slap them. We slapped them. You lot didn't slap them. Yeah, it's definitely over, by the way. It's definitely over. But it was over before. I didn't think that we were going to fucking... I think he might be just offside, but I didn't think that we were gonna win anyway. I thought we might win, but I thought we're gonna win and go out. I think we could win the game like 1-0 and go out. So they're waiting for a VAR check before I put the score line up. Yeah, you man can't slap City 5-1. Then are you not playing? I was asking earlier. You not playing City again? I bet you if you lot are playing City again this season, I bet they beat you. What's the ref doing? The ref's done the sign for the. What's the ref doing, bro? No, yeah, still 0-0. Still 0-0. Nah, bro, man, don't get more points. But bro. All I said is, I bet you can't slap them like we slap them. That's all I said. I'm not getting emotional. It was a good game, innit? Man, celebrate wins. We won. You man won as well. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But I'm just saying, I bet that you lot can't slap them. Because Ahmad Diallo was in the chat saying, oh, but everybody beat City. Well, we'll see. On the 5th of April, my birthday on the 7th, but on the 5th of April, we'll watch you lot play City and we'll be here live and we'll see if you man can slap them like that. Because I think City will beat you. Do you know what I mean? Done deal. But yeah, right now, yeah, I said at the beginning of the game, the difference is these men are going to sit, soak up pressure, and then go long. But when they soak up pressure and go long, yeah, they're going long to one of the best strikers in the world. We soak up pressure and go long to Kai Havertz. Like, that's the difference. Respectfully to Kai Havertz and that. He's been on good form. We're trying to support him. Do you know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. But, do you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Bro, what do you think we're trying to do, Nathan? What do you think? Look at the screen. What do you think we're trying to do, bro? We're trying. We are trying, bro. Pep just comes up against United, especially in the cup finals and that, and just bugs out and starts doing weird stuff. And they beat you in the cup final the year before, I think. Flipping Gundogan scored in like 20 seconds. But it is what it is. You've got the tweet. It's on AFTV's channel. They're obviously bantering, bro. No one thinks that Wanyeri is Messi or that Lewis Skelly is Ronaldo. It doesn't make sense. Lewis Skelly's a left back. Like, why would he be Ronaldo? That doesn't even make sense. Come on, man. You're being emotional, man. This is the problem with you United fans. You might getting emotional for no reason. It's a disgraced fan base. It's a disgraced fan base for banter. It's called banter, bro. You got out the banter, bro. No one thinks that Messi and Ronaldo are being replaced by Wanyeri and Lewis Skelly. No one thinks that. Man are bantering. You're getting emotional. That's all it is. Joe Willock sitting on the bench. We need a player like Joe Willock right now in this team. And left eight like Willock. Progressive, ball carrier, long legs. No, you're emotional. You are emotional, bro. I'm telling you. You're screaming at the screen right now for no reason. I can't even hear you. You're screaming for no reason. Good defending from Saliba. They're both really good. They're both good players, to be fair. Good mentality as well. Partey's made the tiniest bit of contact, and my man's gone down like that. Anthony Gordon's probably the best player in the world right now with a mullet. Like, who's rocking mullets right now? Like, who's bragging, bro? I'm just telling you what happened. I'm just on my stream, chilling, chatting to my brethren, talking about what happened. It's not a brag. We won. Like, we're supposed to celebrate the wins. Like, I support Arsenal. Arsenal won. I'm happy. Man want us to win a game and be upset. I don't understand. There's so much media narrative around Arsenal. If we win a game and we're not happy, it's all AFTV, toxic, blah, blah, blah. If we win a game and we're happy, oh, look how they're celebrating, blah, blah, blah. Bro, man has seen Tottenham celebrate bare wins against Arsenal in my life, yeah, when Harry Kane was there on form and he took the goal from the corner flag and all this kind of mad shit. That man didn't win no trophies. But it's a rivalry, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And it's lit. Like, the moments were lit, bro. The celebrations and all that is lit. Our club's got personality and character. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, we're the IC3 club. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. In the north, it's us, and in the south, obviously, it's Crystal Palace. We're the Man Club. Obviously, man don't like us, innit? It's cool. Isak, just come to Arsenal, man. Oh, bro, why are you messing about in the north, bro? eating them deep fried Mars bars and whatever that man eat up there, bro. Just come. You know what I mean? Of course, that's how we got to be as well, though. Shameless, bro. 100%. That's a bookie touch from Saliba. Oh, that's a bookie touch from Raya as well. What, bruv? What are we doing? Oh, that's a bookie touch from Timber as well, bruv. And this bookie cubed, bruv. Bookie on bookie on bookie, bruv. What? Now, Arsenal, what are we doing? We're just playing rattled for no reason. We've rattled ourselves. For no reason, you know. We're moving crazy right now. The thing is, yeah, I don't expect us to qualify in it. So I'm finding it really difficult to get like emotionally invested in this game. I can't lie. Because like I said, from the beginning, I didn't expect us to qualify. I thought we'd win in 90, but I didn't think we'd qualify. So, but bro, in world football or in the league, in all of England, there's only one or two clubs that win trophies. So everybody else just has to celebrate when you win. That's normal football. Before social media, you would celebrate every win. You would celebrate every win before social media. It's just social media now that's like, oh, if you're not winning trophies, I hear it. Like, I mean, yeah, you win. You have an extra celebration when you win a trophy. You have a parade and all this kind of shit. You have a parade when you beat a rival, but you still celebrate the win. Like, man, celebrate, innit? For that week, you're happy. Until somebody comes and beats you and then you're not happy again, you're happy until someone beats you. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's football. You man got to be new to football if you don't know how that's how it works. That was a good little ball in from Lewis Skelly, but I don't know whose long legs got on that. Probably Dan Burn or something. Just tipped it back to Dubravka. I like what Eddie Howe's built with like their star players, similar to Arteta, I guess. Their star players are very hard workers as well. Like Isak works very hard. Gordon works very hard. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like man are just luxury players. Like their man play. Do you know what I mean? We are absolutely determined to play it out. We just played it out there, and the pass from Gabriel goes to nobody. I think that was Gabriel, and just went straight to the midfield. And there was just a player there. That was a good tackle from. That's got to be Ødegaard that's made that tackle. I think it was. Good strength from Ødegaard. Nearly a good ball from Timber. That was a little bit obvious though. But Ødegaard shifting Anthony Gordon off the ball. Anthony Gordon's fairly strong for a winger. I'm a bit surprised to see that. Maybe caught him off balance or something, but the man agree though. Man ain't telling me. Do you agree? If we get Isak in the summer, we win the league. If Salah goes as well, Salah's gonna go. Salah goes. Isak goes to Arsenal. League's done, man. Don't even bother turning up, man. Just book your tickets to the parade, man. Martinelli, good feet, just nearly nicked in there. They're so defensively solid, Newcastle. Oh, but they've made a mistake. Not quite. Trossard was so close. That's good feet from Timber, to be fair. We've done well there. We've done well. It's a competitive game. I'm not saying it's a good game. It's a competitive game. It's challenging for us. We're playing their game. This is how Newcastle want to play, and we're very much playing their game right now. He does want a striker, bro. He does. What makes you think you don't want a striker? Where are you getting this from? Because he's not going to sign anybody. He wants to sign a striker that's going to make the difference. Man don't want to do what United do. Sign a striker 1 year and then sign another one next year. What kind of foolishness is that? 76 million on a striker and you have to buy another striker. It's foolishness. Man don't want to be like that. Man want to find the right striker, the right player, and then boom. League titles, bro. And man is still in the champs as well. Come on, man. And the refs are trying to cheat us. Man, them know that. We've had more PGMOL apologies than any other club, bruv. Any other club. Man, never seen this before. Declan Rice. Now, when we get to the edge of their box that we are here, we have to get a shot on target. We need to find a shot. Trossard, can you find a shot? Partey's there waiting for it. Rice is there waiting for it. Can we find a shot? And goes wide to Saliba. Saliba to Timber. A little bit disappointed there from Trossard. Ødegaard now. Can we find a shot? Can we find a shot? Ah, unlucky. We got the shot away. We got the shot away. Yeah, he hasn't bought an out-and-out 9, 100%. But those other 9s that he bought, yeah, they were good for transition. Like, we didn't need a dedicated 9 at that time. That's a great little flick. That's a great flick. Can Ødegaard get the shot away? Oh, it's just wide. It's wide. We're starting to get there. We're starting to get there a little bit. I think there was a late challenge on Martinelli. It's a lovely flick from Trossard. Look at that. Boom. Oh, that could be a foul. Are VAR going to take a look at that? Oh, straight for his ankle. Oh. There might be enough ball in that challenge to save him, but there's a lot of ankle in that challenge as well. There's a lot of ankle in that challenge. It's a good ball from Gordon to Isak. Isak off the post. And they've scored the follow-up. Rate we win the league if Isak comes and Salah goes. 100% I think we do. We're unlucky this season. 50 points this season usually has top or top 4 within 4 points of the top. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's why I try to tell these men, but these men hate Arsenal so much, yeah, they can't look at things like, they can't look at things objectively. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what's mad about Isak, yeah? Like, he's actually like a proper striker. Like, he's actually a proper striker. Like, he's strong as well. Like, obviously, Saliba made a mistake. Saliba's made a mistake. He's tried to get there ahead of him. That's what good strikers do. They make you nervous. They make you so nervous when you're playing against an Henry or a Didier Drogba or a Nelka or even Torres in his Liverpool days. They're so good that you just do things you wouldn't normally do. Normally, Saliba doesn't try to get there first. He just holds his man up. But because it's Isak, he tries to get ahead of him. And Anthony Gordon hits a little flick and then he's in. And just having the strength as a striker who's quick and you've got the strength to hold off a player like Saliba at the same time. It's peak, bro. It's fake, bro. Isak is fake, bro. Obviously, Isak didn't get the goal. His shot comes off the post and Jacob Murphy gets the goal. Shout out Jacob Murphy, but obviously it's Isak, bro. That's where it comes from. This is Carabao Cup, G. This is the Carabao Cup, not the FA Cup. Or good cross from Martinelli. Declan Rice was in there. Declan Rice is just always looking to get himself amongst the goals now. Consistently trying to get amongst the goals. Thomas Partey, can he find a shot? Ødegaard. Ødegaard gets a shot away, but it's deflected. And now Newcastle look to break with Tonali. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, we're gonna lose in it, but I like a lot of the stuff. Good strength from Saliba. Good strength from Saliba. I like a lot of the stuff I'm seeing. Rice getting himself into the box more. Ødegaard trying to take shots more. That Man City win, you can see the lift it's given Arsenal. It's just this fucking Newcastle team on the counter attack is a joke, and obviously they've got Isak, so that's just what it is. Ødegaard goes for the shot, unlucky. He's going to keep trying it though. Try to go like near post to beat the keeper. It's mad, like. This is why it's annoying that we gave Sterling that penalty in the FA Cup, because I know people saying he needs his confidence, yeah, but there's mad other players in this team that need their confidence, and one of the players that needs their goal scoring confidence is Ødegaard. And look, he scored that goal against Man City, and now he's having 2, 3, 4 shots against Newcastle when he wasn't even shooting before. That goal from Isak, yeah, that's just elite number 9 play. Elite number 9 play, bro. Ahmad, Arsenal have won more FA Cups than anybody else, bro. We're the record holders of the FA Cup, bro. So it's calm in it, like. Do you know what I'm saying? That's like us. That's like me saying to you, well, we're in the Champions League, bro. You're just gonna say, well, we won the Champions League. Could Havertz be in? Havertz, Trossard? Oh, we're still knocking on the door. We ain't going away. And normally, against the Arsenal team in this situation, bro, you go 1-0 up, these men would fold. But these men, they're sticking right with it. Ødegaard right there, little flick into Havertz. Ødegaard's playing really well. Really, really well. So is Havertz as well, to be fair. Benjamin White is back in training. He'll be back soon. He'll be back in March. Bukayo Saka should be back by March, maybe April. We've got talent to add to this team, bro. We've got talent to add to this team. Corner comes in. Oh, it's not the best corner, to be fair. They got that professional gambler flipping Tonali on the pitch, bro. One away from you. Yeah, that's facts. That is true. But yeah, the FA Cup, bro. We love an FA Cup. Corner comes in again from Ødegaard. Near post, similar corner. Third time lucky. We're going to try it again. Eventually, we're going to get one. Eventually, we're going to get one. Newcastle are very good. Trippier is complaining about something. I don't know if he's complaining about a head injury. What's he complaining about? I don't even know what he's complaining about. He's complaining about something. Havertz just has this knack of winding people up. That one is cleared off the line. Anthony Gordon's trying to hunt it down, but Lewis Skelly's there. And Anthony Gordon makes the foul. That's 2 or 3 times that we've tried to take a free kick quickly in this game, yeah, and the ref has stopped us from taking it quick. It's obviously something that Arsenal want to do. Makes sense. Newcastle shape. They're very well coached. They've got a good shape. So catching them out anytime you can is going to be the one. Man needs a haircut, bro. Man's looking like MJ in the 70s, bro. Bruno Mars on that with his hair, bro. Man needs a haircut. Ødegaard. Still not really sold on Martinelli on the right. He's a bit limited for me, but Ødegaard, can you find the cross? Oh, it's a little bit high. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Do you think Newcastle will keep Howe in the summer? Unless you man sack Ruben Amrabat, where would Howe go? Where's a? Looks like Dubravka's down in some. So he's got some issue. So you might see a change. Is Pope their backup keeper? Where would Eddie Howe go? Where is a better project than Newcastle right now? that doesn't have a manager. The bit like unless Howe goes to Tottenham, but is Tottenham a better project? Tottenham's not even a bigger club than Newcastle. Newcastle's a bigger club than Tottenham. If we're being honest, Tottenham are good at not getting relegated, but Newcastle's probably a bigger club than Tottenham. To be fair, maybe the same size. Where would Howe go? I still think I don't think it's a like will Newcastle keep Howe. I think they're a good match for each other. Like Newcastle kind of need him and he needs them. I think it's a good exchange of power. I don't think there's top clubs queuing up for Eddie Howe. I will say I actually wanted Eddie Howe when he was at Bournemouth and Wenger left. Before we got Emery, I said I wanted to start off completely from scratch with young players with Eddie Howe. He played a good style of football when he had Bournemouth, and he's pretty good with young players. And I thought that was actually the player, that was the manager I wanted. And then I wanted him again after we got after it didn't really work out with Emery. But I didn't know Arteta was like on the shortlist. And once I knew it was between Howe and Arteta, obviously I was very torn because I liked Arteta as a player. Obviously, he was ex-Arsenal captain, good coach, but he obviously hadn't managed. So, do you know what I mean? Then obviously we got Arteta and we are where we are. But yeah, I've always liked Eddie Howe. I think he's a very, very good coach. Great touch from Martinelli there. But I don't know about hold on to him. I don't know where he goes that's above Newcastle or a bigger opportunity. Certainly nowhere with more money than Newcastle. So I'm not sure. I imagine he'll be there next season. The pressure will be on him. In the next couple of years, the pressure, he's got maybe a season. I think he's got next season, maybe one more. And he has to start showing trophies for what the owners want and their ambition and all that kind of stuff. You know, the pressure will be on him to stay in the job. That not now, but that will start to happen. They've got Champions League football and stuff, so they're getting there, but that will start to happen. Cross goes in, Lewis Skelly at the back post. We need to just do this bit in the final third a little bit quicker. Because now we have to go all the way back to Saliba to start the attack again. Thomas Partey. There was an option for Ødegaard. He didn't take it. And Timber just tries a little slick pass to Martinelli and catches Martinelli out. Arsenal just overcomplicating the game as they tend to do sometimes. It's what we do. %74% of possession, and yet they've had 24% of the possession and one chance on goal, and that's it. Replace him with Marco Silva. Yeah, I don't really see Marco Silva as an upgrade on Eddie Howe. I don't think it's enough of an obvious upgrade to justify getting rid of Eddie Howe. I don't think that's it. I don't know if it's an upgrade at all, and even if it is, it's not a big upgrade. So it's not worth disrupting the flow of the team to bring in Silva. You're not bringing in Zidane or someone of that nature. There's definitely a foul in there on Declan Rice. I don't know how the ref is not blown for that foul on the edge of the box. Rice lets the ball roll into his feet and pops it off first time, and then he just gets clamped by the centre back. I don't know how that's not a foul. And I don't know what Trippier is doing either. Trippier goes into Gabriel for a foul, and Trippier seems really angry with Gabriel for some reason. I don't know why. And Gabriel's lashed out a bit. He's holding off Jacob Murphy. He's being strong and holding him off. And then Trippier just comes in, bundles into the floor and starts screaming at him. I don't know what Gabriel has done to warrant that type of reaction from Trippier. I don't know if it's personal. The gal has got Gabriel as a background picture on her phone or something. That's weird. Trippier's a weird guy. Pass is a bit loose from Havertz. Almost swept, almost cleaned up. We're just on the edge of keeping it in control. Martinelli now. Still just keeping it in control. We've actually done well in that situation, to be fair. Do you think Newcastle will ever become a dominant team like Man City, which world-class players would want to come and move to the north of England? Yeah, I think, I mean, I don't think the north of England thing makes really a difference. These men play for money and their careers are quite short. So even if they go to England, even if they go to the northeast, they can go 2 or 3 years and then they can bounce. It's not like a long-term thing. Do I see Newcastle doing it? I don't see it, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something I'm not seeing. I don't see it, but maybe this is their transition team before the big players go there. But they've got to go step by step. Gabriel just took a good touch, but then went straight down. Isak's giving the ball away. Everybody's making mistakes. The game has just become quite sloppy, which could benefit Arsenal because obviously it opens up. People can score goals and could benefit Newcastle as well. But the risk is better. The risk is there for them because we're already. It's a shout for a penalty there. The ref's not giving it. Havertz knows better than to appeal for it. So you don't like Eddie Howe? His football's so negative. I don't think his football is negative. I disagree. He plays that style of football because of what he's got. He bought Joe Linton to be a striker. Joe Linton flopped as a striker, so he went and put him in the midfield. He's got Bruno Guimarães. He's built a strong, robust midfield unit with big athletic players. But I don't think it's football. I wouldn't say negative. I wouldn't say that. We're seeing this more and more though. Lots of new managers focus on setting up the defense first. First things first. Let's get the defense right. You look at the football we played for Bournemouth. His football was very aggressive, very attacking, very similar to the Bournemouth that we see now. Very attacking, punching above their weight, really, with a shoestring budget. Eddie Howe's biggest weakness at Bournemouth was how he spent money. As soon as he got money to spend, I think he spent 45, 50 million on Ryan Brewster from Liverpool, and it just the money went to his head. He was paying silly money for players, but as a coach, no, I think he can play attacking, aggressive football. I don't think he does with this Newcastle team. Well, not all the time, but we see Newcastle slap teams up on a regular. Can't say he's too negative. Saliba has lost out on another one-on-one battle with Isak. Isak has absolutely got Saliba's number in this game. Gordon looking for the cross. Where is he? Good tackle from Timber. Good tackle from Timber again. Yeah, I think Eddie Howe's very capable of playing more attacking, progressive football, 100%. But like I said, when I was looking at their results, they score a good amount of goals. I wouldn't say he plays negative football. I think that's a little bit unfair. They've scored 42 goals this year. They've scored 2 more than Nottingham Forest. City have scored 48. Arsenal have scored 49. Chelsea have scored 47. City have scored. Newcastle have scored 42. United have only scored 28 goals this whole year. So I wouldn't say that they're negative. They score a lot of goals. I think they play to their strengths. Cross comes in from Anthony Gordon. It's gone. It's bouncing around. It could go anywhere. It goes for a goal kick. Luckily, we're only just hanging in this game. But again, we don't really, Newcastle don't, they don't need to really go out and dominate necessarily. So good strength from Lewis Skelly. Havertz looks for the cross. The cross is not good. It's just not good. Simple as that. Lewis Skelly did really well though. He's built like a man that's a lot older than he is. His physical development is mad. Like Kobe Mainoo is a very good technical player, but he's not built physically. Like people are already saying he doesn't have legs and all this kind of stuff. Martinelli looks like he's going to be coming off for Ethan Wanieri already. 36 minutes in. looks like an injury, but it doesn't look like a serious injury. It looks like a little bit of a fatigue injury and maybe just protecting himself a little bit. Arteta's taking a little drink break to chat to the players as he does. Gabriel giving Saliba some instructions. I think Saliba, people say Saliba's the better player, and I've said it before, I'm not sure that he is. He's the tidier player. He's the ball playing player, and in this era, this generation, that's what people kind of idolize. That's what people like to see. But for me, Gabriel, he's like almost more versatile. Like, he can see Isak is having his way with Saliba, so he's like, bro, rough him up a little bit. Nice, Ødegaard, Havertz. What can he do? He's overrun that, hasn't he? Yeah, he's overrun it. I thought he was on the bench. Who? Martinelli. Martinelli's done all right. I actually think Martinelli's been all right this game. He's been involved in a lot of the physical stuff because, like I say, Newcastle just make it a physical battle more than a football game sometimes. Trossard trying to create a little space. But look at Newcastle, all 11, not even 10 men, all 11 behind the ball, all camped on the edge of the box, whole team. I remember when Arteta got criticised for doing this when we had 10 men against Man City. We only had 10 players, and they were like, oh, look what he's doing, camping on the edge of his box. Brother, there's a man here doing this with 11 man while they're 3-0 up. Ethan Wanyeri gets the ball and just immediately goes direct. He's got no interest and he's got no respect for their formation, their style, none of that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they've got 10 men behind the ball and they're setting up defensively. Wanyeri don't business about that. He's going to get the ball, he's going to go for it. Done. Simple things. Do you know what I mean? That's what he does. He's a player, man. Serious player. He's a serious player, man. There's one thing that tells me how good he is as a player. And you only know this if you play football. Wanyeri again running at Dan Burn, gets the ball to the back post. It's overhit the cross. Or was that deflected? I think it was just overhit. But there's one thing that tells me if a player's good. If a player's good in training, something that just lets me know straight away. And that is that the other players on the team want to give him the ball. They see him week in, week out, day in, day out. And if they trust him, that means Martinelli's free and Wanyeri's free, and they'll go to Wanyeri every time. The ref has just said something to Trippier about an argument he's having with Trossard, and Trippier's still like shouting and pointing at Trossard. I don't know what Trippier's problem is. He had a problem with Gabriel, now he's got a problem with you man are winning 3-0 on aggregate. He's upset about something. He's ex Tottenham, innit? Maybe that's what it is. He's ex Tottenham. Maybe that's the situation. I'd be vexed too. Declan Rice galloping to put pressure on the goalkeeper and makes the keeper kick it into touch. 41 minutes into the game. We ain't winning this game. We ain't. For the same reasons we didn't win the first game. We just didn't deal with Isak. Simple. Ranieri's got 2 on him now. They're doubling up on him already. It's a great play from Ranieri. He finds a little gap. Where do they find players like him, man? Honestly. He's already given us a different dimension. It's good feet from Trossard. But Newcastle, with all this, got too many defenders. They managed to get it out a little bit. Arsenal still trying to keep them just penned in a little bit. And Havertz goes in with a bit of an elbow. He'll probably get a yellow card for that. And as he's walking away, every single Newcastle player wants to have a bit. Every single Newcastle player wants to have a bit of a row with him. Every single one. Bro, Havertz is getting revenge, blood. I remember last time he played Newcastle last season and flipping Bruno elbowed flipping Jorginho in the back of the head. I don't mind that from Havertz. Bruno G tries to run around the league and be a bully, and then he don't like it when someone hits him. Come on, bro. Got to grow up. It's the man's game. Saliba wins the header that time. Oh, Lewis Skelly wins the header. Big, strong header. I think that's against Lewis Hall. No, it can't be against Lewis Hall. Who's that up against? Is that against Trippier? Go on Twitter and look up what Bruno G did to Jorginho last time when he played them last season. They've gone long ball over the top. Saliba was caught out. I think Saliba's got himself a yellow card. So just pulled Anthony Gordon back a little bit. Not having a great game, Saliba. Not having the best game. Two yellow cards in the first half. Not ideal. Got Kivior on the bench and Tierney. But he would have been beaten there. Anthony Gordon would have been in. Good challenge from Havertz. He's brought down. Spicy game at the moment. And the reason it's important, Lewis Skelly goes in with a rough challenge. The reason this is important to go and do that is so that, you know, we're just coming off the back of a 5-1 against Man City. We're very, very confident. We've got some swag. We're feeling ourselves. Ranieri getting into the box. Gets the cross away. Newcastle just deal with it. No discipline in your team. I disagree. This is brilliant. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. I don't see a problem with what I'm seeing. Did you go on Twitter and look up what I asked you to? Look up Bruno G and Jorginho. This is brilliant from Arsenal. I like what I'm seeing. And I'll tell you why. We're so confident right now. And we're probably going to lose. And even if we were to win, we'd probably still go out. So, I mean, what's the point in getting silly cards? We're going to be out of the cup in 45 minutes. So it don't make a difference. The reason that it's important, we don't have to get cards, but it's important that we don't get slapped. It's important that the momentum that we bring, the momentum that we had, Anthony Gordon getting on a run there, this could be dangerous. He wants to slap a shot, it goes wide. The momentum that we had against Man City, we have to keep that momentum. When we go into our next game, we've got a break anyway after this. But when we go into our next game, we need to go into that break with a team siege mentality. So it's important that, okay, cool, we might lose 2-0 maybe, but it's important that we don't lose 3 or 4-0. That's important. It's important that if people get aggressive with us, we get aggressive back to them. That's important. Those things will make a difference. It's important that we don't get bullied. It's important that we don't get intimidated. That's it. That all of those things matter, and those things are important today in this game. Might not seem like it, but it is. Lewis Skelly finds the ball. Unlucky. Tries to thread the ball through to Havertz. Can't quite find it. Tonali just goes straight over the top to Anthony Gordon. And he's one-on-one with Saliba. Saliba still on that yellow card. Good defending from Saliba. And Timber was well out of position. What was he doing? Yeah, Gordon's good. Gordon's a good winger. But there's a lot of wingers in the league that are good when you give them that kind of space. Which I mean, like most wingers in the Premier League are going to be dangerous if they've got that amount of space and time. Even Trashford could be decent if you give him 20 years to go and do something. And that's time. Is that time? No, I'm chatting shit. It's not time. I thought it was time the way Maman just let the ball run. I feel like we can win one. I feel like we can get one back, maybe a second. Partey goes across to Lewis Skelly. That could have been on the floor just to give him some more time to deal with it. Trossard tries a cross, but it comes to nothing. Can we find a goal here? We've got to take a risk. That's the problem, and we're really risk averse. But we need to take a risk if we're going to get a goal. It's a lovely ball through to Partey, to Ødegaard, to Wanyeri, Dan Burn. A big, strong Dan Burn up against a 17-year-old boy. Oof, what a battle. Tough battle for Wanyeri. But this is it. To get to them kind of Bukayo Saka levels, this is what you need to deal with and get up against. He does well. He just won one against Lewis Hall. He won a physical one-on-one. That's good. Partey battling Tonali. Partey nearly wins that. Lewis Skelly. Good strength from Lewis Skelly. And then he gets brought down. That's good strength. And the rest blowing the whistle for half time. And that's Lewis Skelly winning the physical battle against Bruno G. I like that. I like that. Man are talking about poor discipline. I don't think that's poor discipline at all. I like what I just saw from Arsenal. Man don't understand the intangibles when it comes to football. The intangibles, bro. It's not even about, like, obviously the goals and that, cool, do you know what I'm saying? But man need to show sometimes, yeah, that man are not going to get bullied. Do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes man need to show they're not going to get bullied. And that's what it is in that half. Do you know what I'm saying? You man are probably good, like, Newcastle are probably going to win this game. That's calm. You man are going to win. That's calm. You know what I'm saying? You're going to win. You're going to go through. We might get a goal, but we're not going to get enough goals to come back. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to bully us. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to intimidate us. We're going to be here. We're going to be here to fight with you every step of the way. And that's what Arsenal haven't done in the past. That's what we haven't done in the past, especially under Arteta. It's been clean. It's been too clean. Do you know what I'm saying? Remember that Spurs documentary where Jose said, you're all really nice guys and I need you to be bastards. That's what it is. These are still men. They're still human beings. You can still intimidate someone that's a better player than you. You can still rough up and bully a player that's better than you. You can still chat shit to a man and throw him off his game. We'll do all of that. We'll do all of that if it's a game where we need to do it. And these types of games, as much as I don't think we're going to win the game, these are the games where you're going to need to do that sort of thing. So that's what it is. Let me look at the stats of this game. Both had six shots and one on target. They've only had one shot on target, and that's their goal. You know, it feels like they've done so much more because they're just hitting on a counter-attack. We've got 2 yellow cards, they've got none. They've actually made 8 fouls, and we've made 5. And we've got a yellow card, and they don't. And we've had 70% of the possession and almost triple the passes that they've had. But it is what it is. We still haven't got the most important thing, and that's the goal. And they are just really defensively minded and defensively solid. That's them. That's how they set up. That's how they play. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not a surprise to me. I thought that we would offer a bit more. I did. I thought we'd have a few more shots on goal. The style of game is exactly what I expected. We're going to have the ball in around their box. They're going to look for counter-attacks. But we've just been a little bit sloppy in some of the passing and some of the ball control just around the box. We've been a little bit sloppy, and that's allowed them to counter on us a little bit too easy. They've countered really, really well. There's one thing, they've counter-attacked really well. And that's the thing with them teams. Newcastle, Bournemouth, Fulham, you know, all of them dangerous teams, Brighton with Matoma and Ødegaard. Them man can counter-attack on you so fast, you know. I thought we'd win this game 1-0. It don't look like we can't win it 1-0 now. We might come out of here for 1-1. We might even win it 2-1, but I said from the get-go, we ain't qualifying. So it don't really make too much difference to me what the scoreline is, because I just don't see us qualifying. If we qualify, then fair enough. And if we qualify, we're in with a good chance of winning it. But I don't think so. I don't know. You lot can tell me what you think. I think they've been quite aggressive. You don't think they've been aggressive? Especially Trippier. I think Trippier has been very aggressive. So when it's us, people say it's a lack of discipline. I don't see it as a lack of discipline. I see it as we're being an aggressive team. And I like to see Arsenal be an aggressive team. That don't bother me at all. I've watched other teams be aggressive against us for probably 25 years. When we were at our peak with Wenger, we were quite aggressive as well. Do you know what I'm saying? But we let that slide. We did. And now we've got it back again. What a dead panel to review this game, bro. Jamie Carragher in that, bro. Run Jamie Carragher. I didn't want to see him. I didn't want to look at him. He's an idiot. Carragher's an idiot. What other games are on today? Got Liverpool tomorrow. Leeds beating Coventry, you know. Real Madrid played today. Aston Villa. But everyone's playing their cup games today. AC Milan beat Roma in the quarterfinals for their cup. Cologne is beating Bayern Leverkusen 1-0 for their cup. Real Madrid is winning 2-1 for their cup. Everybody's cup. And Arsenal now 3-0 down on aggregate. It's a myth. I said at the beginning though, we're not qualifying. There's no way. We can win the game, but we're not going to qualify. That first goal was rude. Like the just the dexterity from Saliba. The way I would look at it, it's more that Isak has done well than Saliba's done anything wrong. Saliba has tied up Isak really well, but Isak just uses his leg, the length of his leg, kind of contorts it in a way and just gets a touch onto Anthony Gordon. And then from there, that's it. The ball goes back to Isak. And, Gordon's good. Gordon is good. But it's a lot easier to look good when you've got this type of striker next to you. You think about what a Saka, Wanyeri, or them kind of players a Trossard could do with an Alexander Isak in our team. You know what I'm saying? Saka's probably going to get 25, 30 GA this year and be injured for like 3 months. And still get that kind of GA return. That could be 40 with a player like Isak in our team. Like, look what Isak allows the coach to do. How many different setups the coach can have. What else can we do if we've got Kai Havertz up top? Now, that's our fault because we signed him. But I'm just saying, you go and get a proper versatile striker, you can do a lot of things. Isak can do everything that Haaland can do and more. So, in my opinion, we've pressed up, our wingers, our fullbacks, especially Timber's pushed up a little bit too much, hasn't picked his moments. They're camped in their half. We don't need to overlap and run. We're not counter-attacking. They're in their box. We're building up slowly. We don't have to aggressively run and sprint at them the way that they have to aggressively run and sprint at us. That we don't have to do that. Timber can pick his moments a little bit better for me. Because when they counter, he's often not there. And that's why it's so easy for Anthony Gordon to get in and get the assists and start creating. And realistically, out of Gordon and Jacob Murphy, Gordon is the one who's more of a threat and more dangerous. So that's the player that we should have highlighted and focused on trying to slow down and stop and those types of things. They did obviously have a first goal, but that was disallowed. So we're lucky. We could have been 2-0 down. I'm not going to say it's all been Isak because that's not true. Like, the defensive players are doing a good job, but it's just having a player like Isak that can do that. The question is, Ahmad asked how long, can Howe keep his job at Newcastle? Will they upgrade him? Does Howe look to go? With Isak, whether he comes to Arsenal or not, how long can they hold on to Isak? Because a player of his quality needs to play at a top team. He should be lifting trophies. He should at least be competing for trophies. Did he win anything at Sociedad? I know they were he was there when they were this kind of, the up and coming team. But I don't know if he actually won anything. He's got one top goal scorer, German Cup winner, Spanish Cup winner, German under 19. Now that's it. He won the German Cup in 2017, and where he was probably quite young, and probably didn't take that many, didn't get that many appearances in that run. And then he won the Spanish Cup with Sociedad in 2020. That was the COVID year. And that's it. He was top goal scorer in Copa del Rey, but in terms of actual trophies, he's won 2 cups. You know, not won any trophies, not even really competed for trophies from what we can see. His national team is obviously Sweden. Good team, but not really going to compete for trophies again at the Euros or at the World Cup. You know, for a player like him, he's 25 now. For a player like him to go the next 5 years, probably got 5 to 7 years of him, because a lot of his game is still based on athleticism, and that will slow down after 29, 30 years old. But for the next 4 or 5 years, he should be competing for a top team. He should be in a top team. Us, Liverpool, Man City, one of those types of teams. Liverpool have a lot of attackers. Man City have Haaland. Real Madrid have a lot of attackers. Barca. He's got to be in the top team. He's got to. Trying to think of what other top teams are out there. He's been to Spain before. He knows the league. It's only really Barcelona. I think if he leaves Newcastle, you're looking at Barcelona, you're looking at Arsenal, or you're looking at Bayern. I could see him being a nightmare at Bayern. They got Kane, but Kane's getting on. Maybe that's the move. Isak to Bayern, if he doesn't come to Arsenal. But how long can they hold on to a player like this? And it's not a fluke. You know, he's probably going to have, like, you know, one of his best seasons, and he's not always been 20, 30, 40 goals, but he's always been a young, exciting talent. Like, everybody knew that he was on his way up. Everybody knew that. How long can Newcastle hold on to Isak? That's the question. Yeah, Isak to Barca. Yeah. I think it's got to be Arsenal, Barca, or Bayern. You know, it's got to be that. It's got to be one of them. Like you say, Lewandowski's getting on. Harry Kane as well is getting on a bit. You know, and Barca and Bayern pretty much guarantee you Champions League quarterfinals, semi-finals even sometimes. That's going to guarantee you the thrill of not just making up the numbers in the Champions League. Yes, Newcastle will be in the Champions League next year, but doing what? Where in the Champions League? We're back for the second half. Players are coming out. My prediction is still, or was still, that we could win the first half. Or sorry, that we could win the game in 90 minutes, but not go through. Still doable. Looks less doable, but doable. The only thing we have over Barcelona is we'll pay more money. Barca are not paying Newcastle £150 million for a striker. They just literally don't have the money to do that. We could do it. We could pay £100 million for a player. Second half kicks off and they go all the way back to the centre back. And then Long. Saliba wins his first header. Ranieri, class already. Just did that same turn he did in the Champions League where the ball's coming down. He's got 2 players around him and he just fakes a pass or a shot and then rolls the ball. changes body direction and starts going. He's so talented. One thing that annoys me about Arsenal, we're very flat-footed. We're not picking up on many second balls. We're just waiting for the ball to come. We're just losing a little bit of intensity. And actually, I think having Lewis Skelly and Wanyeri in the team just brings that intensity a little bit. Good play from Ryan to pass out there. Oh, referee. Yellow card. Yep, it's a yellow for Bruno. That was a nasty foul. Very late. Lucky not to get a red. See that again. Oh, ref. He's so late. I think it is just a yellow, but he's very, very late. Is Amad Diallo going to tell me that Newcastle have bad discipline? Trossard's still down. It's a bad foul. All we've got on the bench is Sterling. Sterling or Tierney. Tierney is on the bench. Kivior, Zinchenko, Jorginho, Mikel Merino, Calafiori, and Raheem Sterling. That's the bench. Oh, I think that's Trippier. That's just made a mistake. Havertz could be in. I thought he's just made up for it. Saliba's made a mistake. Anthony Gordon's in. It's a big save. Is that gone wide or is that a save? I think that's a save from David Raya. Saliba made a mistake and Anthony Gordon had the whole goal to himself. The whole goal. That's poor from William Saliba. Oh, he's just put it wide. Anthony Gordon's put it wide. Wow. Good play from Declan Rice. There's a 50-50 challenge. He doesn't back out of that. Goes straight through it. The ball finds its way to Trossard, and Trossard earns Arsenal a corner. That's really good play from Declan Rice. We need that. See, too many Arsenal players pulling out of challenges. Corner comes in. Newcastle get it away as you'd expect. They've only conceded one corner this season. Crossed back in by Wanyeri. Another Arsenal corner. You'd think Arsenal would get one. You think Arsenal can score one. It is possible for us to score one. We get enough. William Saliba, can he atone for his mistakes? Back post. No, it's too deep. Saliba, very, very lucky boy. Very lucky. Arsenal giving it away again. Yep, and Gordon makes it 2. We've given it away. It was Declan Rice that time. We've just given it to them. It was always coming. We've made so many mistakes, mistake after mistake after mistake. It was always going to happen. It was a matter of time. I wonder if anyone's going to say anything about that celebration. That goal was very similar to the one that we scored against Man City. Wondering who's at fault for this here. It's both Raya and Rice. Rice tries to shake Bruno G off of him, or Fabian Schär off of him. He tries to shake him off and go and receive the ball from Raya. Pass from Raya is not the best. It's just the two of them. It's both of them, really. That's a poor mistake from both. Very, very similar to the goal we scored against Man City. High pressure, high press. Once you win the ball there, you're right in on goal. As soon as you win the ball there, you're right in on goal. 4-0 on aggregate. Can Timber get there? Can Timber make it? Dan Burn's going to fly in. It was Botman, actually, not Burn. It's always going to be difficult to come here and try and win 3-0. We needed to win 3-0 coming here. We could have given a better account of ourselves, but yep, 100%. Like we say, not too many people would have believed that Arsenal were coming here to win 3-0 and walk away with, and walk away going through. Most people would have thought that would be a bridge too far. And obviously it is. But it's about giving a good account of yourself. And like I say, what do you mean when it actually matters? No one thought that we were going to come here and win 3-0. Man said when it actually matters. No one thought we were going through tonight. Nobody thought we were going through tonight, myself included. We were never going through. Also, if we end up winning the league, that City game will also be when it matters. So they all matter. Great feat from Trossard. No foul, Trossard, no foul. Trossard wants to make a foul so bad. He wants to make a foul so bad, but he's not going to do it. Can at least go out swinging. I don't think we've played terribly. To be honest, I don't think we've played that badly. We've given them both mistakes. Both goals have been mistakes. The first one was a Saliba mistake. The second one was a Raya and Declan Rice mistake. So I don't think, 2-0 obviously is not a good scoreline, but I don't think we've actually played that badly, to be honest with you. We've made, like I said, we've made really, really bad mistakes and they've capitalised. And that's what happens with, I said at the beginning of the game before we even started, We go long to Kai Havertz and they go long to Alexander Isak. And that's the difference. If all hope is lost, you can hoof the ball to Alexander Isak. We can't. Look, they're going to close us in from this goal kick. And if we try to go long, we're going long to Kai Havertz. And that's Kai Havertz up against Sven Botman and what's his name? Dan Burn. Like, what are the odds? Saliba misses the ball again. Gabriel cleans up. Saliba's been really bad today, to be fair. He's not been good today. Ranieri still being positive. Even players like Ranieri and Lewis Skelly, you know, I know they scored goals against Man City, but you know, these types of losses, this you know, they need these types of experiences. Havertz, can he find a pass? He's brought down in the box. Does go down a little bit soft, a little bit easy. Thing is, we can go out swinging, yeah, but at the same time, man don't want to expend energy on a game that you know is lost. You're not going to score 5 in the next 40 minutes. So, do you know what I mean? There's a balancing act to not going out embarrassingly, you know, but we're going to make some subs now anyway, get some of these key players off. Looks like Sterling and Marino are going to come on. Raya goes long, nice and early. Trossard straight through the middle. He's got a couple of players near him off Newcastle defenders. He gets brought down. I don't know. I don't think that's a foul. He can't believe he's not got a free kick for that. I don't think that's a foul. I have to see it again. It's a great kick from David Raya, first of all. Got 3 defenders near him. That's not a foul. There's no foul there. He's been looking for fouls all game, Kai Havertz. I can see the shout is hip to hip, but for me, no. It's a 50-50 challenge. Ranieri's hustled off the ball. That's Sandro Tonali running it out, and he's just kicked the ball away as well. Any yellow card? I mean, no yellow card for him either. He's just kicked the ball away. Same thing we've got carded for earlier in the game, earlier in the season. It's Ødegaard that's coming off for Mikel Merino. And Trossard off for Sterling. The break is coming at a good time. Look like Trossard picked up a knock. Martinelli went off injured. So it's not ideal. Arsenal trying to score from these corners, but the box is just packed with players. Absolutely packed with players. $165 corners, and Newcastle have only conceded 1 goal from that. And then they release Isak again. Can he keep that ball in? Rice makes the tackle. Just not winning any second balls. You can win the first one, but and Fabian Schär going over under the tiniest little touch. That is ridiculous. The ref didn't give the foul, but that is just ridiculous. Ranieri does really well. Ranieri does really well. He's brought down. He feels that there's a foul in there. Let's see this again. There's contact after he's crossed the ball, but you're never going to get that. There's just certain decisions you're never going to get. It's a good question. Shout out Axel putting a comment in the chat. Who would you rather have, Isak or Guimarães? I think you've got to lean towards Isak just because of the Premier League experience. He's been in the league. You know, one of the things, a lot of people are shocked by the physicality of the league, the actual physical side of the league. I know Timo Werner's commented on it. Other attackers have commented it as well and saying, like, you know, they hear these rumours that the Prem is really, really aggressive and really physical, and they didn't realise how physical it was until they got here. Nothing can really prepare you for it until you're here. Isak has been here. We've seen him score goals in the Premier League. We've seen him play against Van Dijk and Saliba and, you know, good quality defenders. We know he can do that job. So you'd have to think, oh, Havertz, it's back to the Havertz of old. So you'd have to think on balance of probability, you'd probably go based on that. At the same time, Guimarães is like, you know, the top goal scorer in Europe. But how do you not pick that? For me, it's just Isak. I think the style of play, we know Arteta wants someone to, I know Guimarães is tall as well, but we want someone, we know that Arteta likes that type of striker. Tall, can hold the ball up, strong, physical, but he's got feet and can finish as well. And that for me is the total package of that's the archetypal kind of striker that Arteta would want, even more than like a Haaland. I don't think, obviously, we'd have Haaland in Arsenal. I'm not saying that we wouldn't, but I don't think that's the style of player that Arteta actually wants. I think Isak is closer to the style of player that Arteta actually wants. Another good pass out from Raya, but again, Kai Havertz can't hold the ball. He doesn't have the strength to hold off a big, strong centre back. He can't do that kind of physical side of the game. and Nwaneri's brought down. Lewis Skelly looks more ready to deal with the physical side of the Premier League than Kai Havertz does, and he's been here for 8 years already. But there you go. Whereas Isak seems very ready for that type of football. So for me, it would be Isak. But honestly, either of them could absolutely be a nightmare in this team. Either one of them. The amount of chances that we create, the amount of creatives we've got in the team, especially when Saka's back, Saka on one side, maybe Trossard on the other side, Ødegaard and Nwaneri behind you. Yeah. Yeah, I think Guimarães would, but if we were fourth, if we were fourth trying to get into a title race, I would go Guimarães because then we've got a year or two to make him good. You know, we want someone that can come in and just be good now. Like if any striker that we go and buy, can we find a shot? We're in the box. Can we find a shot from anyone? It's congested. Goes for another corner. Any striker that we get, we want 15 to 20 goals from them right now. Right now. And I don't think it's fair to bring in a player and then have that demand or expectation from them straight away. You know, especially a young player like Benjamin Šeško, I think in the future is going to be a serious problem. But does he bring us 20 goals now, right now? No. We want a striker that if we sign them now in January, they bring us closer to winning the league. And I don't know that Šeško or Guimarães do. Or maybe not as much as Isak anyway. And obviously you're right, it's football, isn't it? Man could be wrong. Do you know what I mean? Maybe some new guy comes to the league and smacks it up and we never heard of him. So, but just in my experience, that's what I would do. Bruno G involved in another physical battle with Timber. Simon Hooper is watching it like a hawk. Corner comes in. Keeper kind of punches that away. And again, Newcastle look to get on the counter. Stopped by Declan Rice. I don't even think we played badly today, to be honest with you. Genuinely. The first goal, Saliba makes that mistake. Really good play from Isak. And the second goal, we gift them a goal. I really feel like 2-0 is a bit of a flattering scoreline for them. But maybe that's that not even maybe, that's their game plan, because the first game was similar. But that's how they play. And we know that's how they're going to play. Sit deep, soak up the pressure, and then hit them either on the counter or go long to Isak. That's it. And Isak's someone that away from to scoring goals, you go long to him 10 times, he's going to hold the ball up successfully 7 or 8 times. You look at someone like Højlund, cost 76 million. You go long to him 10 times, he's going to hold the ball up. Never. He's not going to hold the ball up against the centre back at all. Not once, not ever. It's a good play from Tonali onto Gordon again. Again, Arsenal just not winning the second balls. We just look a yard slower. We're just definitely mentally slower to react. Saliba does really well there against Isak. Obviously got to atone for his earlier mistake, but he's done really well there. Referee. Clear foul from Sven Botman. Clear foul. Oh, you're Swedish, so you enjoy watching them both play. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Guimarães as well. I think, how it is in England. People look at you, they judge you kind of off your CV. He comes from the Championship. We've seen a lot of players over the years, play in the Championship or other leagues and not be able to bring the same level of output as they did in that previous league. That's Nicolas Pepe from France. That's, you could argue Lacazette from France, even from here in England. We've seen a lot of players. Fabio Vieira struggled when he came from Portugal, and he was one of the best players in the Portuguese league before he came. Charlie Austin, Timu Puki, there's a lot of them that in the Championship or in a different league are really good. But they come to the Premier League and suddenly it's different. Wanyeri just bursting of pace away from Anthony Gordon, but Gordon just gets nice and physical, wins in the corner. But having the confidence, do you know what I love about Wanyeri? It's the confidence he has. Just confident. The Bravka down injured again. Yeah, Wanyeri's confidence is brilliant to see. For someone so young, he just loves it. We haven't tested their keeper as much as I would have liked. We've mainly tested him from the corners, but they've been defensively very solid. We haven't really been able to get many shots off. Nothing clean anyway. I think we're still only one shot on target for the whole game. Look, it's route one from Dubravka all the way up to Isak for that first goal. All the way up. Bit random, but do you think Felix will succeed or not? Would you say he's officially washed if he doesn't? When I say he's washed in terms of consistency. He's not washed in terms of talent. I don't want to say he's washed and then people come on the stream when he goes and skins free players, and does a madness. But he can't play to that level consistently. Either he can't or he doesn't want to. He doesn't seem that interested. He seems like the passion is gone. A bit like Marcus Rashford. Football has become a job. You see this with some players. Football is always a job. Great feat from Wanyeri again, by the way. Still driving Arsenal forward, Wanyeri. Brilliant to see for someone just so young. Wanyeri manages to get the ball over. Wanyeri with the shot. Shot on target from Wanyeri. Yeah, with certain players, I think you see this with Rashford as well. Football's become a job. And the passion isn't there. And that means when you're doing really well and that talented player's in your team, he's going to be amazing. But when you're struggling, he doesn't have the mentality to dig deep and help the team that's struggling. And that's the problem. We have the similar thing with Aubameyang. There's certain characters that are just like that. And I think Aubameyang's like that. I think Rashford is like that. I think Felix is like that. Things are going good, happy days. As soon as things are a difficult struggle, they don't have that part of it. They don't have the skill set to actually fight back and drag the team up and be a leader and all of those things. So all the experience that João Felix has, you never hear him spoken about like a leader, like a big talker, like a passionate person. He's just still known as a young, talented player. And how old is he now? 24? How old is he? 25. $25 old. Turning 26 this year. And no, there haven't been many clubs that have seen him as really important. He's not been important to anybody for a long time. He went to Atletico. 2020. He was there for 3 years. Went on loan to Chelsea. Loan again, loan again, loan again. Arsenal, can you find a shot? No. We're trying to get to a really clean-cut position before we take a shot, and we have to gamble. We saw Thomas Partey's goal on the weekend against City. Took a big deflection of John Stones, but it was a gamble. We have to have somebody else gamble now. Left back's on. That's a good ball, really good ball. Can we get a shot away? Oh, Havertz shows really good feet, but just can't get there. So a team like Atletico, they don't see him as valuable. They've spent 2 years loaning him and loaning him and loaning him and loaning João Felix over and over again. How important, how valuable can a player like that be? We're going to see Jorginho and Calafiori coming on now. Loan after loan, but won't sell him because he doesn't actually get that much of a transfer value because they bought him, I think, for record money. And they bought him for like 70 million. No, 127 million, which is like, for a team like Atletico who don't spend a lot of money, it's a crazy amount of money. Dan Burns had a challenge on his knee. Looks like he's in a lot of pain. Calafiori's on. He came off the bench and scored a banger against Man City a few months ago. Can he do it again? And Timber's going off. Partey off for Jorginho. Axel said, I hope he can find form again. We just saw Pulisic prove again when he went there. Though it's a defensively tough league, he was a special talent at Benfica for sure. Not only is it defensively tough, but because they focus so much on defense, a player like João Felix João Felix is creative. What he's not going to want to do in the Prem, even really good players in the Premier League have to defend. Mohamed Kudus drops back and defends. Saka drops back and defends. Phil Foden drops back and defends. You've got to do that in the Premier League. In the Italian league, it's a great touch from Trossard. He still can't find a shot. That wasn't Trossard. Isn't Trossard off? Yeah, Trossard's off. Trossard's not even on the pitch. Jorginho ball in. Everybody. Muckafella said, Arteta going to get sacked if he doesn't win anything this season. Spent a heap of cash and relies on Saka. Arsenal ain't going to score today. I wouldn't say relies on Saka. The second in the Prem, and we're through to the Champions League knockouts without Saka. Scored 5 against Man City without Saka. Saka definitely improves the team, but that's the same for any big player. Where would Liverpool be without Salah? Saka's our best player. You can look at any player. Look at City with no Rodri. Your best player, losing your best player will have an impact on the team. And I don't think that he will. Whether Arteta gets sacked for not winning anything this season depends on the club and how much they know. The club will know. We don't know. We hear all these different reports. David Ornstein and this person and that person. But the club will know, have they gone all out to buy a striker? If they have, then maybe he gets sacked. If they haven't, they know they can't sack him. You sack him and then you replace him with who? You have to have a plan. Okay, we're going to sack Arteta, but then what's next? Okay, that's fine. I'm not against Arteta getting sacked. Not Arteta getting sacked in a rude way, but I'm not against us moving on from him if there's a better manager. But who? Who comes in? And then when that manager comes in, is that manager happy with the team that we've got? How much does that manager want to transition this team, which is close to winning a title, to a new team? This team could do with a fresh DM. This team could do with a fresh left 8, maybe. This team definitely needs a striker, and it could really do with a backup right winger. You get those things in, we could be on for the league, but that's building on what this team already is. We have someone that likes a different style of football, then we've got to start from the back again. Maybe they want a different goalkeeper. Maybe they want different fullbacks, and then it's a whole other rebuild. So I think you trust Arteta, if you back him, to just move the needle enough to get you over the line. I think that from a club perspective from a fan perspective, it might be more appealing to just overhaul everything, get rid of the players, change it all. But from a manager perspective and from a club perspective, it's a lot easier to just buy one or two players and try and close the gap on what you've already got. So I don't think he'll get sacked. Ball over the top. Havertz, can he find a touch? That should be a penalty. That one should be a penalty. Havertz has dived consistently all night, but that one did. Nah, it's not a penalty. Nah, it's not. He's gone down too easy for me. He needs to show the ref that, and it's annoying, I know, but the refereeing is so bad. He needs to show the ref that he's trying to get to the ball but can't. And that just looks like, from the ref's perspective, he's gone down too easy. And that's all because he's gone down too easy all game. And now that's in the back of the ref's mind. And he's done that to himself. Going back to what Axel was saying about João Felix, I think that João Felix can do well in Italy because the game's slow. You know, for a player that's very creative like João Felix, yeah, you can get goals on the edge of the box, you can create passes, you can play little 1-2s. In the Prem, you know, if you play number 10 for, you know, Chelsea or second striker or even on the wing, you're doing a lot of defensive running. You're doing a lot of legs, a lot of tackles, a lot of stuff that you don't really want to be doing. Italy's a little bit different. Jorginho trying to go for his trademark ball over the top, but he's playing that ball into Sterling, who's having to run into Dan Burn and Sven Botman. Lewis Skelly gets himself another yellow card. And they're not showing a replay of this one. I'm always nervous when they don't show replays. Feels like a cover-up. What are you hiding? It's been a long, long break. Here we go. Let's see the replay for this again. I'm not sure that's a yellow card. I'm really not sure that's a yellow card. Nah. My score prediction for Spurs tomorrow. Liverpool are going to win 3-0. I think Liverpool win 3-0. Raheem Sterling gets himself a yellow card as well. I'm not sure the Lewis Skelly one was a yellow, to be honest. Lewis Skelly, so strong. For an 18-year-old boy, he's very, very strong. And like I said, this doesn't feel great. I would have liked to see a better performance, but I'm not too mad because the reality is, before this game, I thought that we were going to lose anyway, or I thought we'd win. I didn't think we'd win. My prediction was 1-0, but I didn't think we were going to go through. So in my mind, we were out of this competition before we got to this game. So now, if we lose this competition, I don't then go, Arteta out. We're in the same position as I thought we were in. So we were never going to come to St James's Park and score 3 or 4 goals when they've got a 2-0 lead and they don't need to attack. So it was an easy situation. The tie was done once we conceded those goals at the Emirates. Especially once we conceded the second goal at the Emirates, then the tie was done. Newcastle, devastating counter-attacks again. We've done well that time. Tonali's still down on the floor. Can we find Wanyeri? We do. And Wanyeri just loves this. Like, he just loves to run, cut back. Again, he's tried a 1-2 with Havertz. Havertz can't really even control that ball properly. Calafiori, does he look for a banger? Does he look for a banger, Calafiori, again? Havertz goes for a shot. Oh, that's a dirty challenge. That's a bad challenge from Rice. I think Rice is lucky there. Let me see that one again. Oh, that's a bad challenge. He's lucky not to get a red there, Rice. He just smashes Tonali to the floor. I don't mind those fouls. Like I say, I don't mind that. Arsenal need a little bit of that. We need a player that can do those things. So I'm not mad at that. As long as it doesn't get a red and get banned for the games after, and St James's Park is going to be an absolute cauldron right now. But it is what it is. They've won. They've won the game 2-0. Still a few minutes left, but they're winning 2-0. It's 4-0 in aggregate. They have the right to celebrate. We're not going to be like City fans and complain when people celebrate. They're winning the game and they're going through, and they have a right to celebrate. And Isak probably getting a standing ovation from the bloody St James's Park faithful. If he's not, he should be. And on comes Callum Wilson. Rice is very lucky not to get a red card for that foul, honestly. And Kieran Trippier is trying to get into a row with Lewis Skelly again. Why does everyone have beef with Lewis Skelly? What's he? Is he fucking man's gal or what? Like, why has everyone got beef with him? I don't understand it. Lewis Skelly's got about 15 appearances and he's got a couple of goals, and people just want to have a row with him. Weird. That's good play from Arsenal. Really good play. Lewis Skelly with Rice. Rice again. Rice tries to squeeze that near post, and I think it's offside. That was good play. That's really good stuff from Rice, to be fair. It wasn't offside. We're still playing. It's an awful corner cross from Sterling. We'll take the corner. The Lewis Skelly thing's weird to me. They keep wanting to just have a row with him. What's going on here? Corner comes in. Oh, Gabriel got there. Was it? No, it was Lewis Skelly that got there. But it was just over. Not just over, very far over, but. Oh, he had a lot of time and space, Lewis Skelly. Should have done better with that. How long have we got left, ref? I can't imagine there's more than 3 or 4 minutes left. Not a huge amount of happened. 4 minutes, yeah. Wanyeri trying to battle for that ball back. It's good to have someone that's so clean, and then Lewis Skelly, someone who's so rough and tumble, coming through at the same time. The last crop were all clean. Reece Nelson, Smith Rowe, Saka. Lewis Skelly commits another foul, and the fans are going mental. They want a red card. Bruno G going off now. Bruno's a good player. He's a really good player. Technically good, physically strong, aggressive. Bit of a bully. We all remember that elbow on Jorginho last year when we played them. And we don't want to get bullied this year, and that's just what it is. Simple as that. Havertz wanted the ball thrown to the middle. The ball was thrown to the middle, but he wasn't able to actually come and claim it. It's good feet from Lewis Hall. I think he'd got a little nutmeg there on Calafiori, but Calafiori won the ball back. Kai Havertz and Anthony Gordon getting into it now. People just seem to want to beef us. I don't see what the situation is. Thanks, Axel, bro. Big love, man. I appreciate that, my bro. Every Arsenal game, most Big Six games will be here. We've got boxing coming up as well, most Saturdays. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. Yellow card for Fabian Schär. And really, like early in the game, it was reasonably competitive. But for every goal that Newcastle scored, it was obviously just, with the 2 goals aggregate, the game was coming closer and closer to the end and becoming less and less competitive. And ultimately, we just kind of, both teams sort of seeing the game out. But even while we're seeing the game out, there's still needle. Like, there's still beef. Like, people, that's what's so entertaining about this. People are still having a row. They're still squaring up to each other for no reason. The game's pretty much done. They're squaring up to each other anyway. You got to love it. You've got to love it. Arsenal, the Premier League villains. And to be honest, we've always been the Premier League villains of the big clubs. We've always been that way. And that's just what it is. For all different reasons. We could talk about those reasons another day, but cross comes in. Keeper gathers really well. Fair play to Bravko as well. He's had a couple of injuries, a couple of knocks, but he's made it the full 94. And I imagine the ref's going to call time any minute now. I mean, David Raya definitely would have got a yellow card for wasting time, but there you go. Lewis Skelly plays a nice ball straight down the line to Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz got to stay on his feet. He's got to stay on his feet still. There's 2 or 3 fouls in there that time. He's given the foul somewhere to the other side. And that's full time anyway. Very non-emotional handshakes between Arsenal and Newcastle. Like we said, I said before the game, I thought we'd give a better account of ourselves than that. They've got 2, not lucky goals, but, we weren't really outplayed, but we lost 2-0. And they've, to be fair to Newcastle, they've outplayed us across 2 games without really massively outplaying us across either one individual game, if that makes sense. The first game 2-0, Isak 2 goals, very, very similar to each other. This time we gave them 1, but we fought to the end. We fought to the end. I don't think that this will do much to slow down the momentum that we were starting to build. I still feel that the team can come back and rebuild that momentum again because we've done it once or twice. But that's it. We're out of the Carabao Cup. Jesus Christ, I forgot Mikel Merino was playing again. Oh my God. Literally forgot he was on the pitch. But yeah, that's it. We're out. It's now the Premier League and the Champions League. That's it. Works for us. We've got a thin squad. Robbie famously coined the phrase bigger fish to fry last season. I think the season before that. That's what it is. We've now only got the 2 big trophies to win. We're 6 points behind Liverpool, and in the Champions League, it's a toss-up. Anybody can win. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I am happy with the attitude and the mentality today to not allow ourselves to get bullied, to not allow our heads to drop too much. I think our heads dropped a little bit with that second goal. I think this game probably deserved a 1-0 to Newcastle. I don't think it deserved much more than that. I would have liked to see us be, again, it's a little bit disappointing to see Ethan Wanyeri, 17 years old, be the biggest bright spark. It's fine that he's the bright spark, but the main bright spark in the team for the professionals is a little bit. I want to see a bit more from others. I don't want to see Lewis Skelly giving them Wanyeri giving the most. But it is what it is. But the way these boys are playing, we're ready for big tournaments. We're ready for big tournaments. This game obviously would say that we're not, but I really do think that we are, because we went into this game with a really poor mentality, knowing that we're probably going to be out. But there you go. Listen, that's all I've got time for. Like the video. Arsenal videos, boxing videos, got a bunch more stuff coming for you. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. I'm out. Let me end the stream. I'm out. Peace and love every time. Yeah, and fuck you, Newcastle, man. Safe.